Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters. Welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check out all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. Use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your key to the week this week, you have the High Priestess card. So, hidden things revealed. This is going to be a week where there are probably one or two, if not more, revelations. But these might be really good. They can be very beneficial. When secrets are revealed, it doesn't always mean that it has to be ground shattering and, you know, end your world and all the rest of it. Sometimes it can just be something that somebody's harbored, like a crush on you. All right. So don't always let your mind wander to the worst place. You've got to find a way to get on top of that. Now, with that said, in all of these different areas of life, use your intuition, right? As an Aquarius, you have an incredibly intuitive faculty. And you know what? Use it, right? As they say, use it or lose it. And my advice to you would be this week especially, make sure you use it. Make sure you listen in with your intuition to see what it's telling you and how it's going to help you try to sort of progress and move forward. For your actions and options this week, you've got the four of wands. This is some very good news about a home and or living situation, which is wonderful. It does suggest as well, in some regard, you're getting to the bottom of something either within the family, within the home. So as an example, let's say you've got a leak in your home and you haven't been able to find it and it just constantly keeps coming back. This week that could be revealed, right? You could find it, you could get to the bottom of it. It also suggests that the whatever, because your actions and options is what you do, so whatever you are doing this week, the results, the rewards and the reasons to celebrate are absolutely coming through, which we love for you. The Four of Wands is, it's a celebrations card, right? Another way that this could also show up as well, you might get invited to a secret event. It's like, you know, maybe you get an interview, maybe you get an email that says, look, we've got this job coming up. We don't want to advertise for it. You know, you're one of the people that we've shortlisted. Are you interested? You could be approached by a company. You could be approached by a business. Maybe you're in business and you, as your business, etc., get approached. There's something here that's happening that's not necessarily common knowledge, but I think it's going to make you very happy. When it comes to your the options that are available to you, some kind of secret event or secret meeting that's taking place this week, I think you are going to be very, very pleasantly surprised or at least intrigued by. For your communications and conversations, you have your card, the King of Swords. So an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra, may very well feature for you this week, which is wonderful. What this also tells me is the King of Swords is really about your expertise, and this is in your communications and conversations, which is your it's your career, right? Got there eventually. And so this is wonderful, right? This is really good news. What it tells me is that your knowledge, your wisdom, your expertise, that you're getting noticed for those. What you know in your chosen field, whether you're studying, whether you're employed, whether you work for yourself, etc., your knowledge, your wisdom, your insight on things really shows through. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, I think this is the passing of an exam. I think you're going to do very, very well, potentially with top marks. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, it's quite possible this week that you get the tap on the shoulder from your boss or your manager. Maybe there are talks of promotions, especially if there are internal positions that come up that they're, you know, it's like, you know what, we've got this coming up. We don't really want to outsource it. We don't want an agency member of staff. We want to hire internally, and you could absolutely be the right person for the job. If you have your own business or you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, person that works for themselves, this is you coming up trumps, but it's also you being in the right place at the right time and going for the right opportunity. It's almost like this week something shows up for you and it allows you to really shine. It allows you to really kind of put yourself out there in some way, and it sees you, your business or your services or your products, it sees you really shining. And potentially as well, for some of you, if you've got a launch this week, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, it does, you know, say that this could be an absolutely wonderful time for you to bring something new to the world, right? Certainly through the vehicle that is your business. For those of you that are oh, come on, brain. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I think more than anything else, this is you learning to invest. I think this is you learning how to use the stock market and all the rest of it. It's like you're getting really financially literate so that your future is kind of settled, but you're not doing this overtly. You're doing it very much behind the scenes, right? For your love and relations, you've got the King of Swords. King of Swords coupled with you've got the Moon card. The King of Swords coupled with the Moon, you will be reconnecting with somebody that you dated before. Someone that you is in your dating history, whether you're partnered or single, is irrelevant. There's someone coming back into your life this week. Why they are coming back into your life, you will only know when it hits, right? It may be for reconnection. It might be for them to say to you, look, you know what, I feel like I owe you an apology. It may be for them to give you some sort of news or some sort of insight on something that you maybe always wondered about. That's very possible, but there's a reconnection here of some sorts. Now, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is some form of a secret that is divulged. It may very well be that your partner says to you, look, I don't want to live here anymore. I want us to move. I want us to change location. It could be that your partner says to you, look, we had this dream before we had children, or we had this dream before we got married. You know, we always said we would do this and we haven't done it, and I still haven't let go of that dream. And you might be really surprised by this, but you might be pleasantly surprised by it. Do you see what I mean? So it's not always doom and gloom. When we say hidden things revealed, it's not always like, oh, the worst thing in the world. For those of you that are single, for a select few of you, this literally, oh my gosh, I just broke my dream. So in my heritage, that's what we call it. It's when your dream breaks. So it's like when you dream something and then it happens in real life. It's when, or you remember it in real life, or it actually plays out in front of you. We say that it breaks your dream. And I've just remembered that literally last night I had a dream about somebody that I dated years ago, like over a decade at this point, like well over a decade at this point, actually. I had a dream that they were in my dream, and now I'm like, now that I've seen this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if it's them. And funnily enough, this person is an Aquarius, so I'm kind of a bit like, oh girl. So very, very interesting indeed. Yeah, I mean, look, it may not necessarily be for you to get back together with this person, but you might cross each other's paths. And if you do, it's very likely that this will be happening on Tuesday, where you're crossing paths with this person. And if you do, there's something in it to tell you that you're in the right place at the right time, okay? Before we get into that, on the 18th of May, I have something wonderful that I am bringing you. Stay tuned for this. You guys, in fact, have asked me for this for a very long time. It's something that I, always said, yeah, I'll get back to it, or I haven't. If you took Mindset Magic and you loved that, you are going to love this. It's the most accessible price point that I've ever had. So you're going to be able to join this, like whether you've got a little, whether you've got a lot. Don't be fooled by the racks that I got. Whether you got a little, whether you got a lot, whatever the case might be, this is going to be super accessible. It's going to be here for, 444, right? So stay tuned. I can't wait to get into it. You're going to see it on my socials. You're going to be hearing all about it in my videos moving forward. There are a lot of exciting changes coming to Radiant Reality. So stick with me, kid, and you're gonna be going all the way. All right. So stay tuned. For your money and materials, you have the Lovers card. So your King of Swords very possibly could be a Gemini. That's very, very possible. Could also be an Aquarius, but very possible that they could be a Gemini. It also tells me, so when it comes to money, finances, and resources, your earning potential is going to really ramp up this week, right? The Lover's card is ruled by Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, which means that this is fast, right? It also means that you've got a decision to make this week when it comes to something to do with your money, your finances, and your resources. And also, there's a choice that needs to be made when it comes to your living situation as well. The information that's coming in, the new information, the hidden things that are revealed will inform where you kind of go with this. When it comes to those of you, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, your arms, your hands, your fingers, your upper extremities are the parts of you that need to be looked after this week. Specifically as well, because there's quite a lot of water here as well. You've got the moon and you've got the high priestess. This week, my advice to you would be to really work on your cardio. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, there's a choice here. There's a choice to be made here about a home situation that's going to see you potentially really. I think you're going to be made up with all of the new information that comes in. It's just going to be a case of waiting for it to hit. But I think things will start to really ramp up come Tuesday. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it takes out, how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.